What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Sharp Sports Media. And yesterday, to nobody's surprise, the New York Giants fall to 1-4 after losing to the Miami Dolphins by a final score of 31-16. And while this was definitely still an ugly loss, the Giants were in it longer than I thought they were going to be, especially after the first quarter and how I thought the first half was going to end. But the Giants were in it for a little while. Of course, Miami ran away with it as that offense is now averaging more yards per play than the greatest show on turf. This offense is just so fast. Javon A-Chain, those wheels are disgustingly fast. This offense is just pure speed, 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 and more speed. So this offense is arguably the best in the NFL, one of the best we've seen in years, and we got what we expected. We'll start with the offense for the Giants, though. We'll start with Daniel Jones, and I didn't think Daniel Jones had a terrible day. Did he miss a couple throws? Yeah, especially the third down throw to Wan'Dale Robinson, which was short, and it was to the wrong side of him. It was low. He was cutting this way, and it was on the other side of him. So he had to turn his body, kind of stop. Could not get the third down as he couldn't catch it in general. But even if he did, he would have been short. And that was a throw that Daniel Jones had to make. You have to make that to extend the drive, keep the Giants in the game. You have to make that kind of throw. But I thought the rest of the game he was good, decent. I thought he was pretty good, decent. I thought he made some good throws. I thought he was reading plays very well. I thought he was, importantly, was finding Darren Waller. One of the ways I said you have to win this game without Saquon Barkley is Darren Waller has to go off. And Darren Waller had a very good day. He did miss a key pass, which you wish he would come up with, which Daniel Jones dropped a dime for Waller at the end of the second quarter in the right corner of the end zone. You wish he would come up with that. That would have been Jones' best pass of the day by far. But overall, I thought Daniel Jones was okay. I thought Eric Gray was pretty good in the run game as well. He did only average 2.1 yards per carry, 12 carries, 25 yards. But I thought he was decent. Not very good. The problem is he's not very good pass blocking, which is something that you heavily need right now, especially with this offensive line. And he's also not the greatest punt returner. I don't know who we want to have as punt returner. To be honest, I would probably draft or sign somebody next year who can do punt and kick returns because it's getting pretty ridiculous for the Giants. But the biggest problem still is the offensive line, and it's the worst in my lifetime, I think. And that's saying something considering the offensive lines that the Giants have gone through in the past couple of years. But I'm going to read you the PFF grades of some of these Giants offensive linemen from yesterday. Jalen Mayfield, 25.9. Joshua Ezeudu, 27.9. Matt Parrott, 31.6. Evan Neal, 31.6. Ben Brenison, 41. Marcus McKeithen, 41.7. Those are the bottom six Giants in PFF. They are all offensive linemen, and that is run and passing combined. We are a little better. Passing, two of those offensive linemen had a 0 for passing PFF grade-wise per protection. You're more likely to get more resistance with a wet paper towel than this offensive line. You're more likely to get resistance with a traffic cone than this offensive line. You got to do something. And hopefully Andrew Thomas comes back. Hopefully Justin Pugh can get inserted into the lineup like as soon as possible. But this is getting ridiculous. It led to Daniel Jones getting hurt with his neck. I think from all reports he'll be able to play against the Bills, but do you even want him to play versus the Bills? Maybe he rests up so he doesn't have to take these hits that he's taking against this crazy, terrible offensive line. So it's tough to go at the offense when the line is just so bad. I will say I liked seeing Sterling Shepard out there a little more than usual. He only had one catch for 13 yards, 2 targets, but I thought the one catch was a nice play for 13 yards. I think it was a third down if I'm trying to remember right. But I think he's just a solid vet that you can have out there that people can lean on. And Wan'Dale Robinson looked good. Again, with no Saquon, I continue try to using him out of the backfield for a couple plays. I don't think that's a terrible option. Moving to the defense, it was weird because this defense was getting carved up like a cake a lot of this game. 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards, 8 yards. It was an accomplishment to get this Miami team to a third down. So when the Giants would line up, they were giving a lot of these Miami receivers space because they didn't want to get beat over the top because of the crazy speed. Well, what Miami did was, okay, you're going to give us that space. We're going to throw quick screens and get these guys moving, and they did that very often to Waddle, to Hill, to even to 8-Chain. I mean, the run game was ridiculous as well. This was, so we were getting gashed, this Giants defense. But they came away with a couple big plays. I thought Thibodeau, who had another sack, wasn't terrible today, was decent. Dexter Lawrence continues to be a problem, usually, but he was a little quieter today than I would have liked. But you got turnovers, which was huge. You forced a fumble, and you got 2 picks. Now, the pick 6 wasn't great on Tua, but great play by Okereke to tip it up and Pinnock to run it back. And the second one was terrible. In between, I think it was Waddle and Hill, or Barrios. Between 2 wide receivers. It was an easy throw. He misses it. It's a pick. That should have been an easy first down for the Dolphins. Regardless, for Okereke, who had a great game. I thought probably Okereke's best game as a Giant. Thought he was very good. 10 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 passes defended. I thought he was very good. So it's weird with this defense. They seem to make some big plays, but they got to work on preventing the big plays. They seem to make some quality plays that force the defense back or have a sack or especially in this game, but they couldn't stop the big plays because it was constant big plays. And I don't know if that's more how good and fast this Dolphins offense is, or if that's an indictment on this Giants defense. But again, it was a weird game where we had no control as the Giants. When I say we mean the Giants. They had no control over this game, but they were still in it for a long time. It felt like I was, as a Giants fan, you were waiting for that knockout blow, and it didn't come really till very late in the third quarter when they scored their second touchdown in the third quarter, where it was like, all right, game over. Like, this was kind of it. The defense kind of kept us in it like that, which was kind of weird because they were also getting gashed. So I liked some things from the defense, but then again, I didn't like, for example, the Tyreek Hill touchdown, 3 plays into the third quarter. You cannot have Trey Hawkins one-on-one on Tyreek Hill without any help. With no help. That just can't happen. And I know apparently something happened with Adoree Jackson, but regardless, you just can't have Tyreek Hill pressed with press man and then nobody to help him. That was a big mistake. But I really don't know what to expect from this team anymore. We got Buffalo next week. I know they're going to they're missing a ton of defensive players. I don't think Milano's going to play. White got hurt last week. I don't know if Von Miller's going to play. So a little banged up Buffalo team. Their offense is doing pretty well. They did stumble this week against the Jaguars. So I don't know what to expect. Hopefully Saquon's back. Hopefully Andrew Thomas is back because that changes the complete dynamics of this offense. But again, this season, dagger to the heart. Really, it really has become like that, as most Giants fans will tell you. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will on Wednesday we're going to be getting out a review or pick'ems for this next week. We're going to start doing that. And then I believe Tuesday or Wednesday we will also, or maybe Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we will also get a Devils season preview. As I am excited, very excited for this New Jersey Devils season to get started. I'm that's the one team I got going for me right now. So, and then obviously Friday we'll have our preview for the Giants Bills. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, consider subscribing. Look at my previous videos. My previous work is all on this page. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the other side.